Study summary points. 11. Licensing law, maintaining compliance. The DPPR as a resource. Licensees maintain professional license status through renewals and advanced licenses with the DPPR, aided by the Division of Real Estate. The Florida Real Estate Commission, also known as FREC or the Commission, implements, interprets, and enforces real estate license laws. They keep records, conduct investigations, grant, deny, suspend, and revoke licenses. Conduct of practice. Once an agent has obtained the license, the licensee must disclose within 30 days if the licensee is ever found guilty of any conduct or practice that would have been grounds for suspension or revocation. Minor traffic violations do not need to be reported. Broker advancement. Advancing as a broker or a broker associate may aid a career in real estate. Steps to do so include taking a 72-hour broker pre-licensing sales course, having completed 2 years as an active real estate sales associate licensee, either within or outside of Florida, submitting an application to the DPPR, and passing the state broker examination. Prima facie compliant. Licensees are required to have their wallet license in their possession anytime they are conducting real estate activities with the public. Maintaining current active status. Current status indicates that all requirements have been completed and that the license has not expired. Active status indicates that the licensee has an employer on record with the DPPR or is registered as the employing broker. Current active status is required to practice real estate. Choosing voluntary inactive status. Inactive means that there is a license in place. However, the licensee may not practice real estate as no employing broker has been designated. A licensee may choose this status if the licensee is not currently working in real estate, but doesn't want to completely give up the license. The licensee is still required to pay all renewal fees and complete post-license education and/or continuing education and renewal requirements to keep the license as current. Consequences. Involuntary inactive status. Involuntary inactive status is when the licensee fails to fulfill the renewal requirements, such as paying fees or completing continuing education. It is illegal to practice real estate with this status. Employing broker. The broker that the licensee has designated to hang their real estate license under is the employing broker. License ceases to be in force. A license shall cease to be in force whenever a broker changes her or his business address and fails to notify the department of the change. This means any licensees under the broker cannot practice real estate until corrected. The distinction here is that upon verifying a license within the DPPR system, the license would appear to be active and valid, as the department would not yet be aware of the infraction. Null and void license. A null and void license is when the license no longer exists. A license that has been involuntary inactive for more than 2 years, a license that was revoked following disciplinary proceedings, or voluntary relinquishment of the license, unrelated to a disciplinary action, would all reflect a null and void license. Renewal. The first renewal period is approximately 18 to 24 months from the original license date. Failure to renew within the first renewal period would result in an immediate loss of license. Licenses are then renewed every 2 years. To renew, educational components must be met along with fees paid. Reactivation education. If the licensee fails to renew the license by the first renewal term, the license is lost with no chance to recover it. After the first renewal period, if the license has expired for no more than 12 months, the licensee must make up the 14 hours of continuing education in order to activate the license. If more than 12 months has passed but less than 24 months, then the licensee is required to take a special reactivation course, which equals 28 hours of education. If the licensee fails to renew the license and allows 24 months to pass, then the license cannot be renewed. Florida Realtors Association is a great resource of information for agents. Membership to the association is optional. The Florida Realtors Legislative Center can be found on the floridarealtors.org website and provides information specific to ongoing licensing laws, including legislative news. The Legislative Tracker is found under the Legislative Center on floridarealtors.org, and it provides updates regarding real estate bills being considered at the House and Senate. The Florida Realtors Political Action Group information is found under the Legislative Center as well on floridarealtors.org. This is a resource to stay updated on political action committee news. Ask an Attorney, found on the Florida Realtors.org website, are Ask an Attorney FAQs, which provides answers to common legal questions. There is a hotline which is free to members of the Florida Realtors Association. So whenever in doubt and you're a member, just pick up that phone and call that number. Florida Senate bills. Florida Senate bills may be passed that affect the practice of real estate. Legislative summary. The Florida Senate bills may be passed that affect the practice of real estate, and the latest legislative action summary is published on myfloridalicense.com, which is the DBPR website.